Hello, my name is Melody Bills. I'm in Lubbock, Texas. I've been married for 25 years. I have 3 grown children. 2 will graduate from college this summer, begin grad school in the fall. My youngest is in Austin and she will be a May 16 graduate. So we're looking forward to all those highlights in our lives. I got married at 16. I had my first child at 17. And by the time I was 20, I'd had my third child. We just, I don't know what we were thinking. We really didn't think. We just started going through life and not even really thinking before we made decisions. Flew by the seat of our pants, as my people always said. At 23, I went and got my GED, thinking that at some point I would go to college, but that just never materialized. Something always just got in the way. Our kids were growing and learning and were involved in things from baseball to Girl Scouts to soccer, things like that. And I just never wanted to miss anything. My husband did go back to college. He got his degree and began working at State Farm, which brought us to Lubbock, Texas. He's worked there for about 17 years. And since we've been in Lubbock, I've been working at Lubbock Independent School District. I started at the elementary where my children were working. And that's how I originally got the job. I was volunteering and PTA president there, and the principal asked me if I was interested in the position, a paying position, worked in the special ed classroom for 5 years, and that position was being phased out. They were changing that program, moving it to another school, and the principal at the middle school where my children were attending heard that I was going to be moving and asked if I was interested in a secretary position there because I was his PTA president, and I thought it sounded like it was a good change, something fun, something different, so I moved there. And a couple years after he brought me there was a change in principals there. I began working with a new principal. We really worked well together, created a really good team. When he moved up to Monterey High School, where my children were then attending high school, he said, "Pack your stuff, you're coming with me." And I have been there for 4 years now. And so I do data entry there. I'm very involved in pretty much any of the behind the scenes things that go on with our any kind of data that needs to be entered. I do all the enrolling and withdrawing, grades, things of that nature. Kind of all the background stuff that nobody really sees, but just needs to be done. And then I think I'm pretty good at that. I kind of like keeping up with that, and I feel like I'm the boss of somebody maybe. So, and that kind of fits one of my little pegs that needs to be filled sometimes. So that's a lot of fun. I really enjoy what I do there. The reason that I'm going back to school is because, over the years I've nurtured and loved and created and supported everyone else. I just decided it was my turn. And I'm in an enviable position in that my husband works at a place that pays him well, and we don't have to have my money to just scrape by. So I'm lucky that I can go to school because I want to, not for a career and not for the money that it's going to bring to us, but for the self-worth that I get in just fulfilling one of my own dreams. Working in a high school, I see kids all the time say they don't want to go to college, and I'm always talking to them about how important it is to go. And then here I sit, I haven't gone myself. So it's time for me to put my money where my mouth is. I've also recently begun writing a book based loosely on my life. I'm not a specialist in anything. I just kind of wanted to get it out there, write about some things that I experienced. I've been through some pretty hard times. I've experienced some things. I've lived some things. And I just kind of really wanted to write it down on paper, and it eventually created a story. And I'm about 10 or so chapters in, and we'll see where it goes. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about, getting education, learning, moving forward. I'm in a different stage in my life where my children have grown up and are moving on. And my husband and I we're getting to know each other again, and I think I want to get to know myself, really. So that's where it stands. I'll just see where this leads, and hopefully by the end of it I will have a degree, I will have written a book, and I will, have found out that I really do like myself a lot more than I think I do right now. So thank you very much for your time.